Hello everyone, this is Dr. K. Jagannayaki, Professor in MBA Department, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. Today I would like to discuss about different forms of business organization. So in last class we discussed about different types of market structures, and based on the market structure we'll have different types of business organizations. So after going through this particular topic, the learner will be able to understand the meaning of business organization, what factors influence the choice of form of business organization, what are the different types of firms available, and out of which I would like to discuss sole proprietorship and partnership. So coming to the business organization. So business organization means whatever necessary arrangements required to conduct a business altogether is known as business organization. So it includes men, material, machinery, money to carry out business efficiently for earning profits. So this process is also known as process of organizing. The arrangement which follows this process of arranging is known as business organization or business undertaking. So a business undertaking can be better understood by analyzing its characteristics. So business organization it consists of distinct ownership. So it depends on the type of ownership. In some cases, being the monopoly type of competition, there will be only one single owner. In other cases, there will be more than two members as owners. In other cases, there will be more than 20, 30 members. So it will have distinct ownership and lawful business. So whatever business people they used to do in different types of organization like sole proprietorship, partnership, joint stock company or cooperative society. So everybody they will do their business ethically and they used to follow legal formalities to establish a business, to conduct a business. So separate status and management. So it depends on the type of business organization. In case of sole proprietorship, there will be no separation in terms of the business and the owner, both are one and the same. Whereas coming to partnership, there may be principal agent relationship. Some few cases, the owner he becomes the principal and he also becomes the agent. But in some other cases, management and the ownership they may differ. Then dealing in goods and services. So any kind of business organization, either they are going to produce goods intangible or services which are intangible in nature. So either they may be a manufacturing concern or it may be a service oriented organization. Then continuity of business operations. So business means it is a continuous process. Today we are selling some goods and tomorrow you are not continuing the same. It doesn't known as the business operation. So it is a continuous process. So business means there should be continuity among the business activities. Then risk involvement. In business there is a lot of risk involved in the business because of uncertainty. So there is no guarantee how much returns you are going to generate in the future. Then coming to the factors that affect the choice of form of business organization. So the first one is easy to start and easy to close. So whenever you want, you can establish your business. If you want to wind up your business, you can. That is possible in case of sole proprietorship because owner and the management both one and the same. So it depends on the individual owner's perception. If he want to continue the business further, he can. Otherwise, he can wind up his business. Then division of labor. Coming to partnership, if you see, as there are more than one member, so there will be the division of labor. It is possibility is there. The work should be divided among all the partners, so that way the entire business operations can be easily carried out. Then large amount of resources. As number of partners are more, the pooling of resources will also increase. And liability, the responsibility will be unlimited in case of sole proprietorship, partnership also unlimited comparatively with joint stock and cooperative societies, whereas in case of joint stock companies, the liability is limited to only the founders. Then business secrecy is maintained in case of sole proprietorship, which may not be possible in other forms of business organizations. Then transfer of ownership. So transfer of ownership also possible as in case of joint stock company. By acquiring the shares, the ownership may also transfer from one person to another person. And ownership management and control. So these three are lies in one single hand under sole proprietorship and partnership based on their agreement. The ownership may be the same or different. Management and control should be done by other people. And continuity, it's a continuous process, so it will run forever. So in that way, business organizations they maintain continuity in their business operations. Quick decision making. So in case of sole proprietorship, as there is a single owner, so the decisions may be taken by him at very fast. That may not be possible in case of other forms of business organization. There should be some kind of delay in making decisions. So that is the reason in case of joint stock company and other types of business organizations, there will be delay in decision making. And personal contact with customers. Coming to the personal contact, in case of sole proprietorship and partnership firms, people will have direct contact with the customers, and as a result, they used to maintain loyal customers and they run their business, and flexibility will be there. So, whenever he feels not to run the business because of insolvency and some other reasons, he may wind up his business, but that may not be possible in other cases. And taxation, the tax benefits, whatever they are going to avail, and tax burden will be very less in case of sole proprietorship comparatively other types of business organizations. So these are some of the factors that influence the choice of business organization. Then coming to the types of firms, so first one is service business. So the people those who are going to provide services and that type of businesses are known as service business. And mercantile business is second type of business firm. So they used to collect money from the customers. They render their services to the customers. In return, the customers will pay cash. So that type of business is known as merchandising business. And third one is manufacturing business where they used to produce the physical goods and the same should be delivered to the customers. And fourth one is hybrid business. So it is a combination of both physical as well as the services together. And how to choose a business form. So first we have to find the passion and discuss the detail and review the common business structures. So decide the business name. You should have clarity what kind of business you have to establish, whether it is a manufacturing business, you have to produce the goods, or you want to produce the services. So based on that you have to decide the name of the business, then seek different ideas, and from that you select which is feasible to you, identify that idea and implement that. So here, when we are talking about how to choose a business form, means whether it is business to business or you want to do business to consumer, whether it is B2B or B2C or C2C or C2B. What kind of business would you like to deal with? Basing on that, we have to select that type of business form. Then coming to the forms of business structures, we have different types of business structures. The first one is sole proprietorship, second one is non-profit organizations, next corporations and limited liability and general partnership. So what factors that affect the points of business structure? So taxation and government factors will consider the legal liabilities to establishment, whether we can easily set up the business or not, and cost of formation, how much cost that incurs to establish a business organization, and what kind of operational cost involved to run smooth functioning of the business, and environmental support, whether we have that kind of environment support, The society also cooperates to you, and what kind of responsibility you have towards the society. Everything comes under environmental support, and market conditions also favorable to the businessman so that he can able to establish his business effectively, and stakeholders availability. So all those things we used to consider. Basing on that, we have sole trader, partnership, private limited company, public limited company, cooperative societies, and state owned company. So that we used to decide basing on these factors. Then what are the steps to establish a business organization? So refine the business idea. First, whatever idea you have, then refine that idea and write a business plan. So which gives some kind of systematic way of conducting the business, which can be expressed in terms of a flowchart, and assess the finance. So just what are the sources? How can we generate the capital? So that should be projected in the business plan itself, and determine the legal business structure. So, based on the legal formalities, for example, partnership form you take, so it should be registered under the Partnership Act 1932. If it is a joint stock company, it must and should register under 1956 Companies Act. So, register with the government and IPR. The same thing we have to register with the register of companies, and also we should get patent rights on the business, whatever product you are going to produce, whether it is physical good or a service, and purchase an insurance policy uh, for business protection. So sometimes if something happens, some accident, theft, or some fire accident kind of things, so to avoid that loss, we should have protection, and that should be done by purchasing an insurance policy, and build the team, collect a pool of resources like human resources, because if you want to maximize your profits, we need to have a skilled and expertise team so that it can be very easy for the business organizations to achieve their objectives. Then choose of vendors for whom you are providing, brand the business and advertise, provide more number of promotional activities so that you can easily reach the customers. Basing on that, we can maximize our sales and grow the business and follow actions. So these are the steps to establish a business organization. So one should go step by step, then they can easily achieve the success in the market. Then coming to the evaluation stages of business organization. So first we have to start with local business, then regional business, then move to national business, then enter into the international markets, and finally global business. So this is the evaluation stages of a business organization. Then coming to the different types of business organizations, basically we are going to discuss four types of organizations. One is sole proprietorship or sole tradership, and second one is partnership form, and third one is joint stock company, and fourth one is cooperative societies. So let us start with sole trader. A sole proprietorship, it is also known as a sole trader, is an unincorporated business that has just one owner who plays major role, and who pays personal income tax on profits earned from the business. So the sole trader, if you want to say, it is one of the oldest form of business organization. It is also known as sole proprietorship. Sole means one. Sole trader means there is only one trader who is the owner of the business. So, for example, so if you consider the restaurants, supermarkets, pawn shops, medical shops, hosiery shops, etc., beauty parlors, these are all comes under sole tradership or sole proprietorship type of business forms. Then the key factors of sole proprietorship are: it is an unincorporated business with only one single owner who pays personal income tax on profits earned. So whatever profits earned by the sole trader, up to that extent he is going to pay the tax. And it is easy to establish and dismantle due to lack of government involvement, and making them popular with small business owners and contractors. So, in case of sole proprietorship, there is no government intervention. So, as a result, Whenever they want, they can easy to enter and they can easy to exit from their business. And many sole proprietorships end up getting restructured into an LLC and synchronized with the company's expansion. So very few sole proprietorship firms they will go for expansion, but most of the cases they will restrict to only one single business. Then the features of sole proprietorship, the first feature is single ownership. So you cannot separate management and the owner, both are one and the same. So whatever profits and losses that should be profits enjoyed by the single person, even in case of losses also that is bear by the single ownership. And no sharing of profit and loss. So everything under the control of only one single person. So one man's capital. So whatever capital invested in the business that should be done by only one single person. It may be equity capital or it may be debt capital, whatever may be that is related to only one single person. Unlimited liability. The obligations or the whole and sole responsibility of sole trader is unlimited. So in case of losses, sometimes he has to uh, include his own purpose, personal property also in the business. So in that way, to recover the losses, in that way it becomes unlimited liability to the sole proprietorship. Less legal formalities. So there is not no government and legal formalities in case of sole proprietorship, and it is controlled by only one single man. So these are some of the features of sole proprietorship. Then coming to the sole proprietorship investment process. So sole proprietorship. So whenever they need some kind of funds or capital, so if it is not may not available with the sole trader, if he may not have his own personal investment, so at the initial stages he is going to invest his personal investment in the company. But that's how he used to establish sole proprietorship. And in case of necessary, he used to borrow debt from other companies from the third party lender, and once owner's personal liability will be unlimited. So in case of losses, sometimes the owner will also include his personal property to recover the losses. And sole proprietorship advantages. The first advantage is easy to start and easy to close. So whenever he want, he can run the business. If he don't want, he can dismantle his business also. And personal contact with customers directly. So sole trader always have direct contacts with the customers. As a result, he can maintain the customers loyal to his business and prompt decision making, as it is run by only one single person. The decisions he may take it very quickly, and he always take the prompt decisions. High degree of flexibility. So this kind of business is very flexible in nature. So it depends on the sole proprietorship opinion whether he want to run the business or he want to end the business. So there will be high degree of flexibility, and business secrecy is maintained by the sole trader as it is run by single person, and low rate of taxation. So whatever profits earned by the sole trader up to that extent he will pay the taxes. As a result, there will be low rate of taxation. Tax burden will be very less comparatively other types of business organization. And direct motivation. So he used to get motivation from the customers. So as the way how he is going to render the services and providing the qualitative goods, maintaining good cordial relations with the customers. So he will get the motivation from the customers. As a result, the customer will also attract towards the sole trader. So how he used to maintain profits, and total control lies with one single person, and minimum interference from the government. So there is no interference of government in sole proprietorship unless until if in case of emergency, then only the government interfere. Otherwise, there is no government interference. And transferability. So in case of death and insolvency of the business, sometimes the legal heads they should get ownership from their uh, elders. So that's how they that ownership can be transferred from the same family And sole proprietorship, it has certain disadvantages also. The first one is unlimited liability. So in case of business failure or losses, even the sole proprietorship or the sole trader also invest his own personal property in the business. As business ownership and the partners, there are not one and this, both are same. So as a result, his liability will be more, and limited amounts of capital. Being the single person, he will have limited funds. So sometimes, in case of necessity, he should borrow from other sources, and there is no division of labor. So the entire business will be under the control of one single person. He has to look after the entire business. So as a result, there is no division of labor, and uncertainty will be more and inadequate for growth and expansion. So sole proprietorship business cannot be expanded further, and we cannot see growth either in horizontal or vertical manner. Lack of specialization. To run the sole proprietorship, no specialization skills required, and more competition. So within the same geographical region, we can see more number of sole proprietorship who are dealing with the identical business. As a result, there will be more competition for sole trader and low bargaining power. So we cannot have the bargaining power. So that is very low. Then coming to the establishment procedure of sole proprietorship. So, what are the documents that are necessary for sole proprietorship registration? So, nominal registration will be there. So, for that, you need to have Aadhaar card, PAN card, bank account, and registered office proof. Whereas the registrations required for a sole proprietor form, registering as SME, small medium scale enterprise, shop and establishment act license, and GST registration. So, these are some of the mandatory things for establishing sole proprietorship type of business organization. The next type is partnership organization. So if you compare sole trader, it is an improved form of sole trader in certain respects where there are like-minded persons with resources. They can come together to do the business and share the profits or losses of the business in an agreed ratio. So whatever they have mentioned in the partnership deed, based on that the exchange of the profits or losses should be shared based on that ratio only. Partnership organization is defined as an association of two or more persons to carry as co-owners of the business for profit. So whatever people come together, like-minded people, with the objective that they want to maximize the profit. So, the success of partnership depends upon the mutual confidence and understanding, cooperation, and adjustment of the members to accommodate and appreciate each other's view. So, that is the reason only like minded people joined in the partnership firm. And the persons who have entered into such an agreement are individually called partners, and collectively we used to call them as partnership firm. The relationship among partners is known as partnership. So Indian Partnership Act 1932, it defines partnership as the relationship between two or more persons who agree to share the profits of the business carried on by all or any one of them acting for all. So it depends on the partners how they entered into the agreement. Based on that, they used to share the profits. And the key facts about partnership organizations are: a partnership is an agreement between two or more people to oversee the business operations and share its profits and liabilities. In a general partnership company, all members share both profits and liabilities, and professionals, like if you see doctors, lawyers, they often form a limited liability partnership. So there may be tax benefits to a partnership compared to a cooperation. So if you see the diagram, you can see association of individuals, co-ownership property, a limited life will be there for a partnership firm, and unlimited liability and mutual agency. All those things we can see as a part of partnership with firms. Then the key facts about partnership organizations. So partnership is an agreement between two or more persons to oversee the business operations and share its profits and liabilities. So, in a general partnership company, all members share both profits and liabilities. But professionals like doctors and lawyers, they often form a limited liability partnership based on their agreements. They used to share the profits and the responsibilities. And there may be tax benefits to a partnership compared to a corporation. Then partnership organization features, the first one is unlimited liability. So the liability of partners is unlimited. The partnerships and partners in the IR of law are not different but one and the same. So partner and partnership form both are one and the same. Hence the partners have to bring their personal assets to clear the losses of the firm if any. And second one is number of partners. So according to Indian Partnership Act 1932, the minimum number of partners should be 2 and the maximum number if restricted as given. In case of banking business, the maximum number of partners are 10. In case of non-banking business, the maximum number of partners is 20. The next one is division of labor. So, because there are more than two persons, the work can be divided among the partners based on their aptitude, their capabilities. Then, next one is personal contact with customers. Like sole proprietorship, here also the partners can continuously be in touch with the customers to monitor their requirements, and they used to provide the goods and services accordingly to the customers. The next one is flexibility. So all the partners are like-minded persons and hence they can take any decision relating to the business. Then coming to partnership deed. So the written agreement among the partners is known as the partnership deed. It contains the terms and conditions governing the working of partnership. So everything mentioned in the partnership date. So, what are the contents that involved in partnership date? So, let us see. The first one is names and addresses of the firm and partners, nature of the business proposed. So, whether it is service oriented or manufacturing concern. So, that we have to specify in the partnership date, and duration, how long they want to become the partners and how long they used to continue the partnership form. The duration they have to specify clearly in the partnership deed, and amount of capital of the partnership and the ratio for contribution by each of the partners. So total capital, how much it is required to establish a business, and what will be the proportionate ratio of each and every partner, that should be mentioned under partnership deed. And the profit sharing ratio as well as losses sharing also mentioned in the partnership deed. Then rate of interest charged on capital contributed, loans taken from the partnership, and the amounts drawn, if any, by the partners from their respective capital balances. So that details will also projected in the partnership deed. The amount of salary or commission payable to any partner. So in some partnership firms, even though they are partners, some people they used to enter the partnership firm as working partner. So they should get both salary or commission. Based on that, they will enter into the partnership contract. The procedure to value goodwill of the firm at the time of admission of a new partner, retirement of death of a partner. So during that, if they are going to welcome a new partner, then how to value the goodwill of the firm. That also mentioned in the partnership deed. Allocation of responsibilities of the partners in the firm. So what kind of responsibility you are going to provide to whom, that also facilitated in the partnership deed. The name of the arbitrator to whom the disputes, if any, can be referred to for settlement, that also enclosed, and special rights, obligations, and liabilities of partner or partner, if any, that should be furnished in the partnership deed. Then coming to the advantages of partnership form, easy to form, like sole proprietorship, there is no such kind of legal formalities which we are going to see in case of joint stock companies. Availability of large resources, as there will be more than two partners, the pooling of resources will be high comparatively than sole proprietorship. So there will be availability of large resources that is possible in case of partnership form. Flexibility in operations. So we can easily make out the changes in the existing operations based on your availability and requirement. The operations will also be flexible in nature. Sharing of risk. So the risk can be shared either of the partners or else only one single person is to act on behalf of all the partners. And production of interest of each partner and benefits of specialization. So whatever specializations available, the skills basing on that we used to avail some kind of benefits that is possible under partnership forms. Then apart from the advantages, it has certain disadvantages also. The first one is unlimited liability, like sole proprietorship. Even in case of partnership, also the liability is more and investment withdrawal difficult. So if anyone want to withdraw their investment, they want to violate the partnership contract, it may not be possible. It's somewhat difficult. By mutual agreement of all the partners only, he can able to withdraw his initial investment. Then instability. So we cannot give any kind of guarantee that it will run long term duration. But because of the difference of opinion, lack of confidence and trust, it leads to a dissolution also. And lack of secrecy, as there are more than two members, the business secrecy may not maintained by all the people, and difficulty in decision making. So when you are going to compare with sole proprietorship, the decision making process is somewhat difficulty and delay in terms of effective decision making, and obstacles in the transfer of shares. So you cannot transfer the ownership easily like how we used to do in case of joint stock company, and delay in decision making. So you have to consult each and every partner. So it takes some time. As a result, there will be delay in decision making and risk of joint responsibility. And so the partner will have more risk. As we know, his liability is unlimited in case of losses. Sometimes he has to include his personal property also in the business to recover those losses. So in that way, there will be high risk and lack of legal base. So even here also the legal formalities and government intervention is very less comparatively with joint stock companies. Then coming to the types of partners, there are different types of partners like active partner, sleeping partner, salaried partner, major partners, senior partners, quasi partners, new partners, retiring partners, minor as a partner, nominal partner, dormant partners. But here we used to discuss only few and major important partners. Like first one is active partner. So active partner takes active part in the business affairs, and he is also known as working partner. And sleeping partner contributes the capital, but he does not take part in the affairs of partnership. And third category is nominal partner. So as the name itself, it indicates that this kind of partner is just for namesake. He neither contributes the capital nor take part into the business affairs. So normally the nominal partners are those who have good business connections and are well places in the society. Just we use their name, and neither they contribute the capital nor involves in the business affairs. Then partner by estoppel. Estoppels means behavior or conduct. So partner by estoppels gives an impression to outsiders that he is the partner in the firm. But in reality, neither he contributes to capital nor takes any role in the affairs of partnership firm. And next type is partner by holding out. If partners declare a particular person who will have the social status as partner, and this person does not contradict even after he comes to know such declaration, then that type of partner is known as partner by holding out, and he is liable for the claims of third parties. However, the third party should prove they enter into contract with the firm in belief that he is the partner of the firm. So, such a person is called partner by holding out. And next type of partner is minor partner. So, minor partner has a special status in the partnership. A minor can be admitted for the benefits of the firm. A minor is entitled to his share of profits of the firm. So the liability of minor is limited to the extent of his contribution of the capital in the firm. So he will invest in the business, but he do not share the losses. His liability is limited. And dormant partner is another one. So sometimes he is also known as sleeping partner or partner. So he is the partner who takes no share in the active business of a company or partnership, but is entitled to a share of profits and subject to share in losses. So that type of partner is known as dormant partner. So these are some of the partners. Then coming to rights of partner. So what kind of rights that a partner will have in partnership firms? To take part in the management of business, to express his opinion, to share equally the profits of the firm in the absence of any specific agreement to the contrary, to receive interest on capital at an agreed rate of interest from the profits of the firm, and to receive interest on loans, if any, extended to the firm, and to be indemnified for any kind of loss incurred by him in the conduct of the business, and he is responsible for that loss, and to receive any money spent by him in the ordinary and proper conduct of the business of the firm. So these are some of the rights of a partner in the partnership firm. Then coming to the establishment procedure of partnership organizations, the recruit prospective partners, apply for partnership, and administer partner registration. So the partnership firm must and should register under Partnership Act 1932, and register and set up partners means here complete partner profile and distributed set up partner users and defined joint business goals. So everything comes under establishment procedure of partnership organizations. Thank you.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.